Speech is free, but by the time you finish speaking, you realize that you are not free. Job, whom he left to resettle back home. In the same vein of acknowledgement and appreciation was Mr. Muruk Fred for what the community did for him in that moment of his sickness. Last but not least was Buchi president, asserting that his position as president of Buchi did not allow him to sit alongside heads of QDUs for sub meetings. As the meeting progressed towards the end, a few recommendations and resolutions were adopted as follows. Resolution number 1. The clause around absenteeism was a bit tricky, and folks should make it a duty and cultivate the habit to always attend meetings at all costs, as tomorrow was never promised to anyone. Excuses to protocol for not attending a meeting based on work-related activities was unwarranted and inconsequential. Protocol to take serious note on attendance. No more room for those fellows who come to the meeting just to mark their names and then vanish before close of meeting. Coming to the meeting when deliberations were exhausted was as good as being absent. The sitting order for the leadership of the likes of Buchi in PDO shall subsequently be reviewed. People must remain calm and collaborate in the event of a sudden attack from assailants during our meetings. Detailed reports on Kiter Allah shall hence not be done in PDO meetings. As the curtain of the day's deliberations closed out, was a speech from Ndemba, the chief of Pachanda and head of tradition. In his address, he redressed issues on happenings. He addressed issues on happenings and mishappenings in the Pinyin community here in South Africa and beyond, which, to paraphrase, goes thus. As head and custodian of tradition, I am available for all who need my services. I wouldn't get involved in anyone's matter without being informed or invited as far as tradition is concerned. I am therefore open to anyone who needs help in the traditional realm. I thank our pastors and the custodians of the words of God in the house for their selfless services to our community. The idea of prayers and personal relationship with God is in the heart of man. Wherever you are, let your heart be able to dictate to you whether it is the right place to liaise with God, rather than blind excitement on the eloquence or charisma of a particular servant of God. We all are conscious of the crisis in our own part of the country. Speech is free, but by the time you finish speaking, you realize that you are not free. Whether it be your father, brother, or any relative involved in certain activities back home, advise them always to tread with caution, or even to restrain where necessary. You cannot change the direction the wind blows. The woman who fastens their linen well can stand in the middle of the wind unperturbed. When I walked into this meeting hall today, I found the place beautifully adorned with lovely flowers. And flowers are plants that need watering. The flowers I'm referring to here are our women. I think most of us here in this assembly have wives. I am embittered with a myriad of marital problems plaguing some of our homes. I thank our men of God for their endless efforts to resolve these marital challenges. I myself have in several occasions also gotten involved in the settling process. However, as the narrative goes, you should mind whom you entrust your home problems with, not even a relative, because a lot of people would celebrate to see you in pain. You wouldn't know the true side of a woman, no matter how long. You would only know her better when she enters your home in the name of marriage. As a woman, when you get into someone's house, you must endeavor to learn, understand, adopt, and adapt to his character. A bad wife is that woman who listens to advice from everybody except her husband. I've been informed of certain outrageous behaviors where a woman audaciously buys a car without informing or without the knowledge of the husband. I know there are dealers in cars within our community. If such an act is reported to me, I will immediately impound that car. All of what I've cited today are commonplace in our community. However, to conclude, let us all join hands to honor and celebrate our women because they are special and not complicated like women from other communities. I entreat this house to give our women a round of applause. This meeting ended at 6:42 p.m. with closing words and remarks from Emeritus Daniel Tamu Philemon. I thank you. Yeah.
Pinyin, Pinyin, Pinyin. Pergam ya kanon bo ministry. Ang untuk menupili api na pwede po diskuna pero ala session. Ba kuwumanda na bi leran ba correction. Menta alone down ta anu siga. Ko lo Ijana sa minin ngon sa an po ngon buru. Pemafung weni da munda kema ndi da munda daren bi movement no nga mo sa no da artist nga mo ilana mandona in the first place lo te poni chita la tu lo poni juda wanda ko poni to ma sa da murtar anin ba mun ji mitin sa su poni ji da zonga ta mitin ike no ne e crowd ne sa no sunda na no fu mana fu family aso na kwantin juda go aparanti poni to na le disin kena pun da tinga ten da ngone na gin pun to na sin na ga bo ni yin kan bom solo anushi the pun try now to sacrifice after Sunday more after 3 months into making at the right time do pun ni mo me letsi ko allo ta ma no tra wo na ken benga bon pun kenya da na ne emphasize wera achilaro ka esel mitin wo pera mo pun to mangulin mo wo Remember, teaching on that and burn 2 o'clock to 3 o'clock. That capital of meeting was in among the tuna track and the other. Or you're not under what I want to go there. No matter a number one American. Even one car paint ball machine. Last only people low and told almost the challenge, then mountain to the road at the end of the day. For a course, I figure it's okay for all. Bekan lokar untuk metin syarawa anpira wo ingam ya kamzung ko alo berpeni lenen bi un corrective minute ini ministry presenting the pen corrections. Pension corrections. Okay, moment you are the court take upper minute perform kang the tembe one. Job open adopt pet. Adoption of minutes place. Yeah, a project in a year, and of a year. Oh, someone so adopt a assistant. Okay, Mr. Tassi next. Job open adopt minutes. Job open learning be the tongue. When learning matters arising for minutes. Matters arising for minutes. Matters arising for minutes, please.
Yeah, me and Nona, Sir Alfred. I'm telling you. I want to see currency. Much more consider Peter. They want to say we don't have to go. But now, I'm in double. What are you going to do? Me, I. What the chingari matters arising. Other matters arising, right? Matters arising. Okay, the monk we're not sure of matters arising. I don't know waiting. Job with them period time for. All right, enjoy your time when you put matters arising. Okay, okay, apportation chamber and here. There will be now both. What's that chima get? Okay, I hear that more.
Ngamiata, President Apache Mama Fidamba. Okay, when Zoom Minido, the Lamangala former committee law, I don't know membership, member what ne Pilanto committee, the so all committee law were a guide over there. I will with PDO. Can program report, putting a for more agenda.
And Mia, Bopper, Mia, Chinning, as we should call. So it's been true. Mama, your and then long with the talk of pay agenda like our menstruatoshi. You mean autumn committee report go, committee na report and go committee member who as she job and expect a report go, pumpkin a lot of percent. I'm a report go. Job and shoot a penny report go. Daniel. Okay, puis aujourd'hui, l'ambulant ping lo puis na yini puis président puis VT yuche nuna amunda la puis kimchi na nomu space when yam currently very limited ambo amundazu so puis continue man ponda is there no purpose to labro a job up ebony accommodate pan anguntum la job continue na game no time ni la for now as this na we mu da we nyamba a bit tight amoni ni antani lang mo sa for now la continue na fair then Então, para que te chamam então o futebol mas ni piton que te chamam minister la chamam pi organize way between Pinyin and Kondo quando minister and momos of the people pipeline happy medical Jiro and winning but no any
bơ bị lắm là anh phi rồi bơ là mình đang phi nó bơ áp cái này bơ là mình đang phi rồi đi áp suite bơ bơ áp more than more so along the line anh em lo phi rồi anh ya phi rồi tin bơ là mình chúng tôi pick up grandstand bơ cái ball mu bơ nó mu grandstand nó sẽ bơ cái nó lo là affect nó so along the line fair work so bơ be an alternative but mình sẽ cái chi get up idea to alone đó anh fear she alone to police somewhere if otherwise police let you amount for now. That's so far for you for our fear. Okay. We could spoil. The position of pure. We organize not a way. You join a PUC or job popular to know. I'm a PUC. Job for power of I'm going to ya was all the current population or on a population me for years. So, we now only with control much from body. Being bored, I'm going to go everyone over here. We found our common job and don't fear over. Job with common gun. In there about sport. When now open key now sport na pretty suitable more for we will talk was with power current pop choose a lot of that for soccer if of organize the local that to soccer to important that is a marathon or group so to năng chạm được cái marathon so là flow but open open key so we choose on the body need job team powers there job people check program low plan the road okay then so I'm going to begin here for then it comes the job for that total in one balance up to samba for farm so we saw meetings for balance from work and balance for family farm and the farm will balance for emerald for simple you go for fat and we go so far I can balance from where there so for now what's up for get a convention là for mình tạo nó cái giang bị nó a tournament Nitili for get any tournament on the 1st of November at the end of November Njoko 1st of January 1st of December actually Mara convention already so we're getting more make sure in any tournament in any course I'm at the end of November. So when we actually if it's in some tournament registration form, the don't the message the last date our registration upon the 3rd date, which is Wednesday. Now from then, the bullshit and the draw the poster pay fixtures and the tournament. So team nas move phone zoom before Wednesday. We consider our car we participate in PUC. La move more top of the number of open talk. Into machine and young as a top that was a source of happiness. Well, going on the time for what I'm going to begin to wanted. And time will not continue to be a time will not long watch issue. Visual tournament will chill at a sponsor or sponsor. Chairman Donald, people trying will she type in conventional South or Yanchi issue of poker. Yanchi shoot off on Tomper relation. Put away handsomely. I'm more and return of Wamshi. I get a worse name, I get a set. So let's come and do for me. So foreign Muslims of the joy I in which issue. Big time sponsors were couple window in the world for show. When Goro Apple were she didn't know what she not since I started being not early. You may be a war free. For German delivery, there's a meeting in a minute. Here comes your power.
Pinyin, and that's where the party sports chairman ang another Amazon. Gini alan but elaborate. I'm explaining team ni pop and there through then Europe and paper ni get a success at the end of the day. Follow and machine Amazon. But pengamundaga pensano ndaga ilan should be used in the as far as attendance are concerned. Let's only PDO suppose on phone. But then now see accounts of Patamagam, or additional PDO Johannesburg. And underneath as I'm doing Amazon PDO. Now the perfect country show. Unfortunately, Zipping gun for and over the machine in Mungo. The game of Pinyin PUBG, the move for. That on Dong that's right in Cabo Pego. La Alparan Toran, the price as constantly you need a lenny positive petition comes in concern attendance one. You go more open, maintain attendance with session of one. I give one comes on. When let me are promote Kerala. Kerala chairman. Just brief reports.
Pinyin?
Carson.
Pinyin?
Carson.
Yeah. Muna miyaka amon sa tare ipengan company Twitter amili a brief report on the business one. Mwango business as on the point on per green and million business kita lani per the get level. Our implement initiation. I want to cover more. The state people are more be tenant, local tool, and appetite tenant, definitely for. Now, you work compliant, people move from where can't be there. And I give you like last week, to that. And there was another cheers again, and was it true? Because the one they took about, and the waiting law are free. So, well, I'm a state beneficiary when they 50,160 rand. So I can work in Captain and work 3,560 rand. Then pay into. Then comes the game full. Working users